And we start off with the sounds of McKean and Company.
Fuck
Fuck Donald Trump. Welcome, Snow.
Who knew we'd be starting off with a country song?
Yeah, change of
Holy
pace.
hell.
All right. It's been a few weeks. Did you miss us, audience? Did you miss us? All 6 of you out there?
Right.
Well, we're back.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Oh, speaking of that, did you see Eminem at the halftime show during Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Jack White. How
yes,
fucking awesome
I
is that?
loved it because I love both of those too.
How was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, it was good. Oh my God. I made the leftovers sandwich when that was my goal this year. I wanted to make leftover sandwich, like where you put like the turkey, the stuffing,
Right.
the potatoes, the cranberry sauce on the sandwich, and then you just eat it all together, all those flavors. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing it every year from now on. But yeah, it was fantastic. The food was delicious. I did get sick, so that was a downer. Not from the food. I got like a head cold type thing. And I'm just wondering, how much snot can the human body produce? Holy fuck. I was like blowing my nose all day long and I'm like, how do I even have this much snot in me? I know it's disgusting. I know it's a disgusting question, but it really got the wheels turning. I'm like, how much fucking snot can a human body produce?
Right.
God.
And being all like, runny nose and, snotty, it doesn't make for a good podcast. So that's why we're off for a couple of weeks here.
Yeah, and it was like, I had a runny nose, but also stuffed up. It was that kind of sick. So it was like miserable. So I'm sitting there like doing neti pots and everything to like decongest. But then you're also like just buckets of snot.
Buckets of snot.
Buckets. That's all I kept saying because I'm like, I'm so tired of blowing my nose. Sorry. I can be gross sometimes.
You gotta change it up.
We're
either gonna talk about snot or Donald Trump. So
it's always gonna be a gross conversation, right?
Oh shit.
Oh man. Okay.
So football, we're getting deep into it. Just coming off a heartbreaking loss to the Bills today.
I picked the Bills.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Hey, I am trying to win a fucking football pool. Or at least
I'm
coming
trying
back.
to win the 7th ring.
I am trying to fucking at least make a comeback. Like, I have been doing shitty. I'm actually coming back from the dead, though. I feel pretty good lately. Because this is a hard year.
Yeah,
this is probably the hardest year ever for picks. Like, you don't know what these teams are going to do.
Who would think with got 3 more weeks left that the Chiefs would be knocked out of the playoffs?
Well, they have been playing pretty shitty, though, this year. Like,
Good luck with Patrick Mahomes, though. That injury didn't look good.
Yeah, nobody wants to see anybody getting hurt. But he has a lot of time now to rest up.
Yeah.
Now that
I think
they're not making the playoffs, right?
I think even if the injury isn't serious, that maybe they should just sit him down the rest of the year. You're not making the playoffs, and
you're not making the playoffs. You need to just like play the backup quarterback because he needs to at least get ready for next season.
Yeah. Something else that happened while we were gone. Our good friend Cauvin made the ballot for the New Jersey District 11 primary. JL, congratulations. All
Oh
right.
my God. I know, this is so
We
exciting.
are officially endorsing you to win that race.
It's how cool is it that we totally have met
I
this
know.
guy in person who's running for Congress.
I
That's
know.
so cool.
I know, and we're going to go hang out again when Pod Jam 3 coming up in April. He's coming out here. I think maybe we'll even give him a ride so he doesn't have to take that weird bus from Kingman to Vegas.
Unless he wants to take the bus so he has material. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't, but yeah, we
Well,
could give you a
I
ride.
don't know. I think he's kind of winding down on his comedy career the way it sounds. So
At least I will say I was happy to see that he's still making videos though. Well,
yeah,
of the atrocities that happen on a
on a
daily
daily
basis.
basis.
So like he's still making his videos because I thought for sure that those were gonna have to end because he's got a campaign to run, but I was like, oh, thank God.
Thank God.
Thank God I still get to laugh.
Yeah, and I think he's got a tough road ahead of him, but hopefully he does it. I believe in him. I mean, he's a really smart guy, really intelligent. If you heard him on our podcast, you can go back and find it. He's just well spoken, and I think that's what you need. I think that's what the Democrats need. They need someone like him to be able to stand up and just fucking call out the bullshit.
You know who else is a fan of him and him running? My mother. She read up
Really?
on him. Yeah, and she's like, I really like his ideas. He is going to be a really good candidate. So my mom is like all on board for
All right,
JL.
so JL did say that he would never forgive your mom because you didn't stop in and see him while you were in New Jersey. So
I think he will now.
now
he's got my
JL,
mom's
yeah.
endorsement.
Yeah.
And then, now my mom's really sad that we weren't able to be in New Jersey. We didn't get to New Jersey until I think 3 days after he performed. So yeah, that's what really sucked. We're still higher up on the East Coast.
Well, hopefully, if this gets back to him, hopefully he does like a stand-up set at Pod Jam.
Oh, I know, that'd be awesome.
So we do get to see him perform at least once. I'm gonna try to get him to perform here in town if he's up.
Yeah, at our lovely new theater. Yeah. That'd
All
be
right.
cool.
So being off for 3 weeks, I don't think there's any way for us to go back and recap all the bullshit that has happened over 3 weeks because every day is something.
God, who even remembers?
I honestly don't remember
It's
3
just
weeks ago.
all I know is the only thing I remember is release the files, release the Epstein files. And then all this other shit happens as I don't want to be all conspiratorial, but it's honestly, a lot of times I believe that it happens so they can deflect from release the files, release the files, release the files.
I do remember he posted something really terrible on Thanksgiving. I do remember that. But
just on Thanksgiving? No, more like every day.
But okay, so you've seen the pictures of his hand, right? How it's all bruised and stuff like that. And Caroline Levitt is saying it's due to he has to shake so many people's hands. How weak are you if that indeed was caused by a handshake?
And if that's true, how come every president didn't have hands like that then? Especially Joe Biden, because Joe Biden is technically older than Trump, right?
Yeah.
I think
Well, right now he's older.
Yeah. Okay. So if that's true, then since they always made fun of Biden and Biden's age, why didn't Biden have fucked up hands from shaking all them hands?
Well, and also, what's up with the media? Because if Joe Biden was constantly falling asleep at these meetings, these cabinet meetings, or when you're meeting a foreign dignitary and he just nods off,
they'd be
all over it.
they'd be nonstop covering
Now
that.
they don't say shit.
Here he is sleeping again. Oh, here he is sleeping again. Here he is. Here he's sleeping. He's sleeping. Oh, sleeping. They don't ever say it about Trump.
Yeah. And
Probably because they're afraid of him. They're probably afraid that he's gonna like sue them or
he'll pull their license from the FCC.
Some bullshit like that. I mean,
it's kind of disgusting how like CBS has kind of bought into it.
You know what pisses me off though about the whole thing too is like, yeah, okay, talking about the media. Why don't I mean, I would probably risk getting fired just to have a good one-liner against him. You know how he's like calling these women piggies and whatnot? Yeah. I'd be like, you're gonna call me fat? Like, have you looked in the mirror? You are a fucking fat ass. You are obese, motherfucker. Why don't any of them ever do that? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
You know how much press that would make if they actually fucking did something like that?
Yeah. Like Jon Stewart played the video of him waddling down the in the
waddling his fucking fat ass. He's like, I could just hear the sloshing going on in those ankles. All the liquid moving around.
God, and you sort of like, you don't wish bad upon anybody, but I have zero empathy for him on it, whatever is going on with him.
Yeah, he's a horrible person. I mean, I'm like, you expect me to feel bad when you don't take care of yourself. We've all seen your diet. You have a fucking strict diet of like McDonald's or what,
KFC.
Whatever the fuck else you're eating. What you picked the fast food joint, okay? Yeah. I'm just like, I don't feel sorry for him.
And was it okay for him to accept a participation trophy from a soccer league and, get their peace prize? And if you're not smart enough to know that these people are just playing you, they know how to manipulate you. You just give him something shiny, and then he'll do whatever you want.
This gold stuff, it was just so gross. Those people, stop. I'm just tired of people kissing his ass.
Well, fucking
fuck off. What do you think is so great about him? Nothing.
Yeah.
Like, it's just disgusting to me.
He's going to be gone in a few years. In another year, he's going to be totally neutered when he loses the house, which is going to...
Lame duck.
Yeah.
Like, which... I love how they're getting asked that. Is Donald Trump a no, and they got to go into their fucking bullshit excuses. I'm just like, I can't even deal with it anymore. I'm just always like, whatever, like doing the jerk off hand signal. I'm like, I've had it.
But getting back to the media, I was kind of disgusted because last night on CBS, I believe it was last night, they had a town hall with Erika Kirk. And I'm like, why are you giving her a platform? And, people grieve in different ways.
But what is she going to provide? Like,
yeah. Well,
I don't think I've ever heard her speak in order to, I mean, to be fair.
I don't think you want to.
In all the fairness to her, but I'm like, what is she going to add?
I don't know, but if you're grieving and you say your husband's been dead for, 3 months now, horribly taken out, wouldn't you be a little bit more traumatized? And maybe she's traumatized. It's a way of dealing with it. But wouldn't you want to be home with your kids instead of doing 4 different interviews on Fox News, and now you do this town hall on CBS? And why are you giving her time, to promote her, Christian values and stuff like that, when your husband said the most un-Christian stuff, like things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've had Fugelsang on, and this has been a running thing on our podcast since we've had Fugelsang on, is talked about the hypocrisy. Jesus would not accept all this bullshit that you say.
Her husband, horrible what happened to him, but her husband, based off of what Jesus would have looked like, would have hated Jesus.
Yeah.
He would have hated it. Her husband has already said all of his comments about darker complected folks.
Yeah.
He would have hated Jesus.
And another point about her is, according to what Charlie Kirk believed in, would he really want her to take over Turning Point? Or would he want her just to be a stay-at-home mom?
Isn't she supposed to be home with the children now?
Right. I mean, that's what Charlie Kirk
He's probably rolling over in his fucking grave right now.
Yeah.
You know, like, what the fuck are you doing, Erika? You're supposed to be home taking care of the kids.
Well, and, she's always got that, with the tissue that... But you don't actually see the tears. You don't see that. You know what I mean?
She didn't put the eye drops in before she went out?
I didn't see it this time.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just fucking nuts. The whole world's just fucking gone crazy.
They really are. Like...
God. Another thing that happened this week, the Senate voted to not continue the healthcare subsidies. So now people's insurance rates are going to skyrocket.
Shit's going to get real, y'all. Yeah, and maybe this will wake some motherfuckers up.
No.
And be like...
No.
Not ones around here. Not ones around here. Like, to be fair. Not... The Kingman Trump people are too fucking stupid. I mean, they really are. I shouldn't even just generalize it to Kingman. I'm sorry. But the Mojave County Trump people are too fucking dumb for words. They're not going to... Even if they had to move into a cardboard box, they are still going to love the fuck out of that man. Because it has nothing to do with policy or anything. It's all about the hate. Like... They hate the same people that he hates, and they fucking love that. It fuels them. So they're not going to give a fuck, but I'm wondering about, like, ones that live in normal places. Like, if it's going to wake some of them up.
And you've seen these special elections that have happened since that one in Tennessee, that one district that Trump won big, and there's one that only lost the Congress seat by 9 points. Miami hasn't had a Democratic mayor in 30 years.
Right.
And a Democrat won that election. Mm-hmm. So it's happening all over. People are waking up.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Normal places, here, it's never going to fucking happen.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure that in 2026, do we have stuff? Yeah, we do have stuff up in 2026.
Yeah, all Congress seats are up.
It is going to be the typical 75 to 25 ratio here in Mojave County. They're going to still be the reddest of the reddest.
Because you can't win unless there's an R next to your name.
Right.
I do know.
Just here, though. We should be clear.
Just here.
Like, other parts of Arizona is going to be like a different story, and that'll be interesting.
Well, I do know one of the people, and I'll get the names because, I'm going to try to have, there's a few people running for the Democratic seat, and I know one of them said that they know that they cannot win, but they want to see what the percentage points have changed. Just to see what the support.
And that's a good idea too. Like, I want to see if they've changed too. Like,
right now, is it 60-40 now or something like that? And probably not.
Should we do a pool? We should do like some sort of. This could be fun. Like, we do a pool with all our friends.
Yeah.
And like, you kind of do it football pool style to see what they've gone to.
Okay. I'll give you.
Buy squares.
I'll give you first. What do you think it would be?
I'd go maybe 70-30.
70-30.
Maybe 71-29.
Okay, I was gonna go 75-25. Price is right.
Doing the same?
Yeah.
Just it ain't moving at all?
No. Isn't it more like 80 or is it 78% to 22?
Fuck no. Here in Mojave County, it's always been the 75-25.
75-25? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
it's already been that.
All right, so I'll go under. So 68-32.
So you're going to go that it's going to...
68% of Republicans, 32% will switch to a Democratic. In Mojave County.
Wow, that's pretty forgiving though. Wow.
Right.
See, that's why I'm thinking it might go. I was gonna do 75-30, but then I'm like, I don't know, maybe I should do 71-29 or 78 or 72-28. I'm like, yeah, because I'm like,
all right, before,
if it's gonna move, it's gonna be very minimal. And it is not gonna
just people.
fucking matter.
You know, one indicator though is over the protests that you notice that with each protest that we have, the support gets more and more, and that's a very good indicator.
I know, but I don't think those are. I don't.
Residents.
No. No. Good joke. No, I don't think those are Republicans moving to Democrat. I don't think that if there's any of those out there, it's maybe like
just the entire.
It's maybe like
the entire 25% shows up to support us.
It's maybe like the transgender population, less than 1%. Okay. I think that God.
Don't you hate when that happens?
I think it would I think it's maybe more independents coming out.
Oh, the independents. Or the ones that didn't vote.
Or yes, maybe like non-voters that sat it out, but I don't think that they're pissed off enough to actually become Democrats. Okay. I think they're just more pissed at the way that the Republican Party's going about things. But I think that I don't think they would ever become Democrats.
Well, and let's be honest,
which there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with, being an independent,
But then, I was independent for years, and the only reason I switched over to Democrat was
to vote in the primaries.
Vote in the primaries.
Yeah, I know.
So
that's why I originally did, but now I stay a Democrat. Just to probably piss off the Republicans that I live around, so I could go, nope, I'm a liberal, whatever. I like to use the term liberal though, because I know that's more of like a bite to them. It's more.
Well, what's going to happen though around here when after the first of the year they see their healthcare, those who can't afford healthcare, which is probably a low percentage.
See, that right there, that's why I don't think it will matter so much in our area, because most of the people most of the people in this town who are Trump pumpers, they either have a pretty good amount of money, so they already have health care, and they can pay if it goes up a little bit. Okay. You have like the rich of Kingman. I say of Kingman because like on the national scheme
or
of
the
things,
have-to people.
Yeah. On like the whole United States thing, they're, upper middle class, but in Kingman, they're like 1%ers.
Yeah,
okay.
Kingman rich.
Yeah. They're Kingman rich. Okay. So they're not going to give a fuck because they can afford it anyways. And then you have a lot in Kingman, they're so poor that they qualify for Medicaid and access. So they don't fucking care because they don't pay anyways. So it's not going to affect them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're not going to, the Republicans at least wised up and realized that because of Steve Bannon, I think it was, right, that said, it'd be a huge mistake to cut Medicaid because he's smart enough to know that a lot of the fucking Trump humpers are poor as fuck idiots that are on Medicaid. And that would be a dumb fucking move. Because then you are going to lose them.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're not entirely stupid. I mean, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But like, so those people, they're not going to get cuts to their Medicaid. So they're not going to give a fuck. They're going to think Trump is doing a fantastic job because they don't They don't know. They don't pay for anything anyways, you know?
Speaking of Steve Bannon, did you see who was there was like pictures of Steve Bannon with the Epstein stuff released?
I heard about it. I have not seen the pictures, but I heard that 95,000 photos.
Yeah.
95,000. I had to rewind it and make sure that the person I was listening to a show, make sure the person didn't misspeak. I'm like, wait a second. Did he say 95,000 photos? Who the fuck has 95,000 photos?
Apparently Epstein's estate.
Doesn't that sound like a lot, though?
That's a lot of pictures.
I'm like, 95,000 fucking photos?
So, the White House posted on this literally came out on the same day that the Senate voted to turn down, healthcare subsidies. The White House puts out a picture of the Grinch movie, photoshopped, and said how the illegals stole healthcare. Now, let's get this straight. The Republicans voted to not continue subsidies, but the White House says how the illegals are taking away your healthcare. So all I did was I posted a comment because of Merry Christmas, and I posted a picture of Trump with Epstein, and that's all it was. Mm-hmm. And people were like, nice job photoshopping that. And I'm like, I didn't. This actual picture's been out for years, I didn't.
Where have you guys
this.
been? And you're like, and you didn't notice that the Grinch thingy jigger was like all Photoshopped? You didn't notice that that's Photoshopped?
Yeah, but the illegals, quote unquote, are fucking taking away your health care when the Republicans voted to take away your health care.
They don't, the illegals in quotations, the folks that they call illegals.
Undocumented immigrants.
They do not qualify for health care.
Yes.
Like, what are you talking about? Please just type it into your Google search so you can fucking learn something. For the love of God, type into your Google search. You could even put illegals in there. Google's going to know what you're talking about. Do they get free health care? There are only certain statuses where they do get like immediate if they're going to die, but it's only under certain statuses of protected immigrants. Okay, you have to be under a certain status in order to qualify. Okay.
Yeah.
Like if you applied for amnesty or something. Okay. But it's limited to what you actually get. You don't get full-on health care. It's like if you go to the hospital because you're going to die, like you get into a serious accident or something, and it's to save your life, then yeah. But shouldn't we be doing that anyways?
Yeah.
We don't just want people dying.
So say if somebody's like walking across the street, they get hit by a car, they don't have to have their ID on them. What are you going to do? Wait to provide health care till you can...
somebody who got fucking rammed by a car?
Yeah, so you're supposed to wait until they can ID you before you miss your health care? Isn't that against what the oath, they take, the Hippocratic Oath,
That's like a world that I don't want to live in. I don't want people just fucking dying in the street because we got to make sure that they have... yes, you're supposed to... It is to fucking protect people and try to save lives. Yeah. That's why you got into the business. You know what I mean?
And again, would Jesus want that?
Well, Jesus was all about free health care. I mean, he was kind of like one of those guys where he like fed the hungry and he like fixed the sick, so that was what Jesus was about. I think you guys are thinking about Paul. Paul was the prick. Okay.
It's fucking just crazy. And, at least hopefully this week, they're supposed to release the Epstein files by the end of the week.
Right?
on it, and
Isn't
hopefully
it
we see
supposed to
this.
be like on the 19th or
And
something?
yeah, and Trump came out, I think today, and he there was a different picture of him and Epstein. He goes, "This isn't me." Okay, if it's not you, if all these things are photoshopped, release the files. Just put
Prove
it
it.
out there.
Prove
If you didn't
it.
have anything to do with it, just put it out there.
Prove it. Prove it.
Yeah,
Yeah. If you know that if you know that you're completely innocent because you hung around the guy or whatnot, then why won't you put it out there and be like, okay, here's the information, especially if according to Mike Johnson, you were an FBI informant. I don't understand why you're not putting the information out there to be like, yeah, this is the work I did to fucking take down this fucking sicko.
yeah.
Why aren't you out there bragging your ass off
Yeah,
about it?
if somebody accused me of X, Y, and Z, and I know I didn't do that because I happened to be in Las Vegas, I'd be like, "Hey, here's a picture of me at Las Vegas at the time that you said I was allegedly was here doing that."
I'm standing here in this picture with the two showgirls out on fucking Fremont Street. What the fuck?
Oh God! Speaking of Christmas, why is it that every year we have to go through it's the war on Christmas is over? Or if
I don't
if
know.
Biden is in office or whoever, there's a war on Christmas, and Trump, the war on Christmas is officially over. There's never been a war on Christmas. God damn it! How imbecilic are you that you think that you can't say Merry Christmas? Look, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. I just said 3 times. Now
I
fucking
say it all the
now
time.
Beetlejuice will come out and so no, baby Jesus will appear, but baby Jesus
But
appear.
as Beetlejuice.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
baby Jesus looks like
Now,
Beetlejuice.
now, if this was the United States, God's favorite country, right? According to them, God's favorite, the United States. ICE would come and take baby Jesus from the manger.
Yeah, because he has brown skin.
Yeah,
He would be, and there's that whole story
and
about
he's
how
an
they were
immigrant.
basically, immig- immigrating. Like, wasn't it like to Egypt or something? I
Yeah,
can't remember the whole
yeah,
story
yeah.
because it's been a lot of years since I've been in Catholic school. But like, yeah, like they were immigrants. So yeah, ICE would be all over their ass for that.
Yeah.
And also for the fact the color of his skin. I mean,
Speaking of ice and
be
just
thrown out into the street with no clothes on.
speaking of ice and just shitty people, did you see Kristi Noem just get up and walk out of the hearing the other day in Congress when they were questioning her?
I
And
didn't see her get up and walk out, but I heard
did
her
you hear the
lame fucking answers.
did you hear when they have you deported any veterans and they put the guy that got deported from Korea
Yes, I did.
on? Brilliant.
I know. And she's like, I will look into that. Oh, yeah, I think that's the least you could do is fucking look into it, you dumb bitch. Rather than you fucking playing cosplay with all your goddamn ICE outfits. How about you fucking look into it? How about you actually do it? They should follow up with her too. Have you looked into that guy yet? But our media is so fucking lame.
Yeah, because they just want to kiss his ass.
I know.
Did you see the other one though? They had a guy on, and they said, "What's the biggest terrorist threat to the United States?" It's the Antifa.
Antifa.
Yeah, and okay, where
Benny
they located?
Thompson fucking the balls on Benny Thompson. I fucking loved him. He's like sitting there. Where is their home office? He didn't fucking answer. He could have just fucking lied and said Portland. He could have just said that, but it's like, it just goes to show the incompetence. And then it's like, you would think that you would have at least been somewhat prepared, though. He's like, what are the names? If you're in the FBI, how do you not have a list?
Well,
he
he
the
said,
FBI always has a list of.
yeah. Well, he said, "Don't even give me a name. Just tell me how many people are involved in this
Right.
organization."
Yeah, then he said that. Yeah, he was like, he goes, you don't even have to give names. Give me numbers of people who are involved in it. Do that.
You know what the best part was? He goes, "I know you would not come here to testify before us without evidence to back your facts up, but you did."
Those are the type. That is the Democrats that we need.
That's
that right there.
That's what JL would do.
Yeah, it's what Jasmine Crockett would do. Thank God. Did you hear the great news about that?
Oh, running for Senate.
Yes.
Did you see her campaign?
I'm like, can I quickly move to Texas just so I could vote for her? I want to vote for her.
Did you see her campaign commercial where it's just Donald Trump giving insult at insult, and she's just standing there, and at the end she just turns to the camera and smiles?
No, but I want to see it. Now I'm gonna have to look it up after the cast. Like, I just think it's so great that she's running.
Another thing that makes Donald Trump really punchable sometimes, he held a kind of campaign rally in Pennsylvania in Pocono.
In a casino.
Yeah, and only like 200 people showed up. But he started attacking transgender people, saying, well, Democrats want transgender for all. That's what their goal is, to turn everybody transgender. And it's just like, the fuck, man?
The Democrats better get going then. If it's, if the transgender population is less than 1%, they better fucking get on it.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the goal for them, to make everyone trans, they got a long way to go.
But the really funny thing, and I'll let you explain this part because you were the one that was listening to it. Was it Tim Pool's you heard that they were on?
I think his name is, I know it's Tim because he goes by the thing Timcast. Yes, Tim Pool.
Tim Pool.
Timcast.
Okay, yeah. Just get into that a little bit more because you were the one that actually heard it.
Well, okay. The two catty little bitches that are Milo Yiannopoulos. Is that how you say his last name? Yeah. Okay. And George Santos. Okay. The newly released, pardoned?
And
did he get a pardon too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Aren't they both gay?
Yeah. Well, Milo says that he is no longer gay. He's the one that, is, right. He decided he's ex-gay. So his husband has been demoted to just a housemate now.
Is that it?
That's what I read. I read that in something else. It was like he's been demoted to just a house guest. And I'm like, so they never hook up, and they're both kind of feeling lonely, and whatever. Bow, chicka, bow, wow. Like, there's married couples that do that all the time. Yeah. They still live together, and they're like, well, you're not getting any dates, neither am I. Maybe we should, cozy up.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody needs a little love sometimes.
Right? Gotta take it where you can get it. So, anyways, they were on Timcast, and Milo claims that podcaster Benny Johnson is closeted gay, that he has proof of him hooking up with like younger boys. Said that Benny Johnson's wife would come running and crying that he's making out with boys upstairs or something like that, making out with, I guess she used the term boys, but they are of age men. They're not underage, just to clarify. And then George Santos was like, it got into a really catty fest because he's like, Milo, you're not worried about like getting sued for saying stuff like this? And so Milo was like, I have never been sued for the claims that they can go ahead and bring on a lawsuit. Go ahead and try. I have never been sued because I have proof of all this stuff that he says. He's like, I don't lie. So what we're going to do is we're just going to follow this story. We're going to see if there's any,
Well, and then like Nick Fuentes was on Piers Morgan.
He claims about that Nick Fuentes is gay. And he also claims that Charlie Kirk was gay. That he was about to divorce Erika Kirk or something. I'm like, that doesn't really sound that true, though, that he was like, because why wouldn't he stay married to her to keep it as a cover?
Now, Nick Fuentes, Nick Fuentes seems a little bit more plausible because he's 27 and he went on Piers Morgan and admitted that he's never slept with a woman.
Well, to me, all of them seem plausible because you know my theory on it. I'm like, angry conservatives, that's what I always assume. I'm like,
Yeah, because you're
I know I
self-hating.
should, yeah, because I'm like, why are you so angry? You are a white man in America. What opportunities are passing you by? Go fuck yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And to still be that angry over things. Yeah, but DEI, does it really exist?
not really.
I mean, how many jobs these guys, the ones who are sitting there bitching about DEI, seriously, ask them, how many jobs have you been passed up for then? Ask them the question.
Right.
They're fucking liar. They're angry because of self-hating issues. Like, that's my theory. I dated an angry conservative. And what I always tell you, I think he could be, you know,
He's got a touch of the gay.
could be a little bit closeted there, you know?
Nick Fuentes, that's always one I don't really like to talk about him much because you kind of just don't want to give him a platform, any more attention that he already gets.
No, he's a piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit. He admitted like last week that Hitler was cool,
He's
and
he's not directly responsible, but indirectly responsible for Charlie Kirk's death.
yeah,
I mean, he's the reason Charlie Kirk got assassinated.
yeah,
Because the fucking kid was like a groiper or whatever they fucking call themselves. He was a Fuentes follower
yeah, and
and got radicalized by all that speech.
also you're promoting this Jewish hate towards young men who typically like to follow Nick. I mean, I'll hand it to him. He's got a much bigger platform than we do by, doing this hate speech. And you just, you say, well, hey, it's just First Amendment, man. It's the First Amendment. And it's kind of bullshit because yesterday in Australia, Bondi Beach, there was a shooting at a Hanukkah celebration and 15 people got killed in Australia. We're talking Australia.
Where they got their guns taken away after one massacre.
They have not had a mass shooting in how many years has it been?
I think they got all their guns taken away like in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
They had that mass shootout.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck you, we're taking your guns. Yeah, because I can still remember the Jim Jeffries stand-up where he goes, they were like, fuck you, we're taking your guns. And we were like, okay, we kind of saw that coming. They did like a buyback though. I think they bought their.
Yeah, and then the argument will be, well, see, a bad guy with a gun will always get it.
I know. Yeah, they're going to be like, the conservatives are going to be all over this. They're going to be like, they already got their guns taken away, and look what's happened. They still had a mass shooting. It's the same. It's going to be the Chicago argument, but in Australia. It's going to be that one all over again,
And then you had another one in Rhode Island. 2 people got killed, many more injured. Brown University, which is in Providence.
Sad. I love Rhode Island.
Just another day in America. You know what I mean? There's nothing you can do, and by tomorrow, people won't even be talking about these stories and stuff like that because we're just so desensitized to it.
And they'll be all about whatever Trump is lie socially.
Yeah. I'm just wondering what's going to happen this week because with the Epstein files coming out and I think the Democrats are doing the right thing by just kind of leaking this stuff slowly. Just that's a drip.
Suspense.
Well, he's going to try to do something crazy just to cover this all up.
Probably start a fucking war.
Yeah.
Probably bomb another.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, they've already all this shit going on with the boat thing.
Yeah.
And killing the fucking people on the boats and then trying to say, oh, they were drug boats. Where are the drugs then?
Okay,
Where are they?
Yeah, prove it.
Yeah.
Prove it. There's still debris.
Prove it. Yeah.
There's still debris.
Why didn't
Show
you
us.
get the drugs
Why?
so you could trace it back to the people who are bringing in the drug? Isn't that how drug busts usually go down? You want to keep the people alive so you can ask them, who are you working for? And then go up the chain. Isn't that how we normally stop drug lords?
But did you hear Fugelsang that said, that the only reason we don't have full-on fascism is because they're too dumb to do it. Why would you even just plant drugs there? It'd be like, look what we found.
Like, yeah, we found all this fentanyl on here. You'd think they would bring their own drugs and put them on. Yeah. Like, what the fuck? They are too stupid.
Speaking of dumb fucks, I was driving back from Vegas this morning, and I stopped at that last stop, the first rest stop on the right as you coming into Arizona.
Yeah.
I just stopped in there to use the restroom. And I did it for an experiment. I wanted to see if they had their still Trump shrine in there or not, or if they had taken it down. They still have it.
They still have it.
They still have it.
I'm like, there's no way they're taking that down.
And I'll post the pictures on social media. I went through, picked up the item, and looked at the little Made in America,
Made in China
tag on it all.
On all of it, you picked up several pieces made in China. Made in China. I thought he was all about America first, and we gotta move America forward, and have America be the powerhouse.
Yeah.
But still using the slave labor.
Fucking Caroline Levitt comes out this week and goes, well, yeah, the dolls might be a little bit more expensive this Christmas, but that's because they will be made in the USA dolls and a little bit more expensive, made by American labor.
Who are you fucking kidding? You dumb. Oh, God. I can't stand her. I'm just like, and she sounds like such a fucking cunt when she talks. Oh my, could she at least tone down the fucking cuntiness? I don't normally like to call women that, but I like to call men that instead. But it's like, she is just, she's one of those women that behaves more manly than womanly anyways.
Is that why she had to marry somebody so much older than her? Just because nobody else would put up with that kind of fucking attitude? No matter how she looked, no matter how good she looked, if she had that fucking attitude, I'd be like, hit the bricks. Get out of here.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
All right. Well, speaking of pieces of shit, we'll end on this one. Did you watch Sean Combs' documentary?
Oh, I had to take several breaks in it. Like, I was like, even all the sexual stuff was awful, but it's like, to fucking know that he has knowledge, or maybe even some of the in the fucking deaths of Tupac and Biggie.
Yeah. Like,
what? He's garbage. I never have liked him anyways. I never thought he was talented. No. Never. I was like, when he came out and was big on the scene, I'm like, what is it that people see in this guy?
Now,
I can't stand it.
I will say this, though, because I didn't know what a big a piece of shit he was. Never really liked him. Never cared for him. But I sort of kind of respected him from a business standpoint with Sean John and everything else. You know what I mean? With his business and the artists he would sign. I sort of respected that, but I didn't know he was such a literal fucking gangster. I mean, he was cutthroat. He was only out for himself. Just a very selfish person. Didn't pay people.
Like, you're all about the slave labor. He is. Yeah. I mean, if the fucking people working for him ain't getting paid.
I mean, a lot of that happens in the music industry where they sign you to this record contract, but then they charge you for the studio time. Then they charge you for the advertising. They charge you for the promotion, this and that. And then they take it from your royalties. for the album sales. So, I mean, that's been going on, but not quite to the level
But
of
he
this
was
piece of
straight
shit.
up like not paying people anything.
No,
They
no.
weren't fucking making
No, like
fuck all.
the story about the one guy that performed at one of his show and he pulled out this big wad of cash and just handed the guy $100 because the guy was broke.
Just a fucking loot.
And the guy had like a number one song, right?
Uh-huh.
That's just fucking nuts. At least on the West Coast, like Suge Knight took care of people. He was gangster too. He was not a good person, but he took care of his artists. Were you on West Coast or East Coast when that was going on?
God, I mean, like, I like both, but I mean, I guess I'd have to side with the West Coast since I'm an Arizona native. I don't know. Like, because isn't it kind of like about where I always loved Biggie? Like, I always loved Biggie, but I like Tupac and I like Death Row and all that. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't realize, I had always assumed that Tupac had gotten shot on the strip because I know it was after
well, he
Tyson's.
did.
I remember that, but no, it wasn't on the strip. It was on Koval and Flamingo on that corner.
Oh, you mean like, yeah,
where he actually got shot.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was there.
Okay.
I wasn't watching that documentary, but how he got acquitted for most of the charges when they had the video of him dragging that girl,
beating the shit out of that girl. I'm like, what is the deal with this jury?
Yeah. And I mean,
and then the one juror, the man juror that was in it, he was pissing me off. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? He's like, well, we couldn't go ahead and there was reasonable doubt.
How was there reasonable doubt?
I'm like, I guess I would have had to have been on the jury.
Wasn't one,
I don't know.
Wasn't one of the things though, one of the charges that he had against him wasn't that beating of her. That wasn't what he was on trial for. There was something to that effect, like some of the stuff that they learned. Well, that's a crime that we're not really trying right now. But I mean, that goes to show you.
I felt bad for the girl in the Danity Kane group because she's kind of like, she was like, I just want to believe that it never happened to me, what they're saying happened to me. And she goes, if I go on stand and I answer the questions to my knowledge, I'm going to ruin the case anyways, because I'm going to be like, well, I don't remember any of this. And that's not going to help anyone, Like, but you feel bad for her because you're like, probably did fucking have. Why would that other girl make up that was happening to her?
Well, I mean, though, fundamentally, though, doesn't that just get back to the justice system overall? Like, you can have the best lawyers money can buy, and they will get the charges from life down to 50 months. And the same thing happened with OJ. His team of lawyers. We all know you did it, OJ, but you got away with it. Or Donald Trump getting away with what he got away with. And it's time again. And this isn't just a black or white thing. If you've got money, you're above the law. It's a green
thing.
You're above the law.
Money.
You can buy your way out of it. It's just kind of fucked up.
I don't know. I hope he goes the fuck away, though. It's like, you got off on being a scumbag. Now get the fuck out. I don't want to hear about you anymore. Go away then.
Could you possibly have a career after that? Because, like Chris Brown.
Who's going to buy your shit?
But like Chris Brown beat up Rihanna, and that's like a fact. He might have even admitted it. But Chris Brown still has a
still likes
career.
Him.
He still has a career. He still sells out arenas.
Who the fuck's going to see it? I think he's a piece of shit. I'd never go see him. Yeah. Well, and I don't really like his music. So, I don't care. So, but it's like, who the fuck are these people that are still paying this asshole. Why would you support someone like that? Why would you help someone like that get richer?
Well, it's kind of like
You know?
I forget where this was, but there was this kid that worked at a fast food restaurant. I didn't research this because I didn't know what we were going to talk about in the podcast. Um, he was working a fast food job and he called a customer the N-word. And within a few days, he got $130,000 on GoFundMe.
All the racist Trump people
Yeah.
probably donated to that.
Look at Morgan Wallen. Morgan Wallen, do you remember that during COVID? He had said the N-word or something like that. And it wasn't even like on a public thing, you know, but he got caught at a party or something like that saying the N-word, and his career skyrocketed after that.
I don't even know who that is.
Morgan Wallen, he's kind of like the biggest country guy out there right now.
Oh, I do remember that. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like you're like you could say,
Now, once you said country, I'm like, okay, I get
like,
that.
like you could say the N-word and your career skyrockets. Unless you're Matt Rife, you cannot even make a joke or you'll get canceled. Matt Rife goes on his new Netflix special and says, "Hey, do you remember how old you are when you found out Santa Claus wasn't real?" And people were mad at him. My question is to the parents.
Why?
Well, because parents were watching with their little kids.
Why are
And
you watching a comedy set
yeah,
with your little kids who are still young enough to believe in Santa?
yeah.
Because
Especially
that's pretty fucking young.
especially when he's talking a lot about jerking off and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're not good parents. You shouldn't have kids in the first place. I hate to tell you that, but I hate to be the one to break it to you. Because if I had to guess, okay, if this is a trivia question, about what age? It's a question on Family Feud.
Okay.
You know, because they have the ding downs.
Right.
What age were you when you found out Santa Claus wasn't real? They would never do this on Family Feud because Family Feud, family in the name.
Right.
But okay, what would you say?
I would say 8.
Thank you. Because I was gonna say 7 or 8 would have to be about the number one answer. Okay,
Yeah.
somewhere around that. I'll even maybe give you a 9. But by the time you're 10, you already fucking know. Because in 10, you're what, in 4th grade? You know
Well,
Santa ain't
no,
real.
no. I will say this though. I will say this. There are a couple years though that you kind of fake it so your parents don't feel bad.
Right. Every kid does that.
Yeah.
They fake it. But every kid knows because guess what? They have like older cousins or older friends on the block.
Yeah.
They fucking ruin it for your kids.
And there's nothing
So-
there's nothing a bully likes better at school than telling you at Christmas time that no Santa Claus isn't real.
Right. But so, getting back to the Matt Rife special, these horrible fucking parents, you were watching the Matt Rife special with your 4, 5, or 6-year-old, because a 3-year-old ain't even going to remember. Okay, if you're 3 or under, yeah, I get it, you're watching it with your baby or whatever. Your baby ain't going to remember. So you're either watching a Matt Rife comedy special that talks about like masturbating and all sorts of other shit with a 4, 5, or 6-year-old. You're a fucking terrible person.
Well, I went to go.
You're a terrible person who should not have children. We don't need more of you.
The first Joker movie, I went to go see it in the theater, and like there was like these 3 and 4-year-olds, because of course they can be bored to death by that movie, running up and down the aisle. Why would you take a 3 or 4-year-old to see the Joker? That movie disturbed me.
No shit. Okay, so I had a similar experience. That movie where Nick Cage plays a detective that's investigating the porn murders or whatever. Is it like Hard 8 or something like that?
I think so, yeah.
I went and saw that in the theater. Somebody brought like a 5-year-old. The kid cried through the entire movie. And me and my boyfriend at the time were like, why would you even bring a child to see this movie? what would make you think that it's a good idea? If you watch the preview of the movie, why would you think it's okay to bring like a 5-year-old there?
Yeah. Well, you think about this, though. I was about 12 years old, and this was even before VHS, those big laser disc things, and probably before your time, too. Um, and my mom brought home 48 hours, and Delirious, his for that big stand-up special that he had, and we watched those one weekend, and I was just like, oh, I love this. Just love it. But that was kind of inappropriate for even a 12-year-old to watch. But I was kind of like, wow. But that's kind of started me on the road to, oh, wow, Eddie Murphy, love it. Let me look into George Carlin. Let me look into Richard Pryor. And that's kind of what started my love of stand-up, was from, watching Eddie Murphy.
Like my parents, they would let us watch like scary movies at home. They weren't taking us to the theater to see them, but like when they had like VHS, right? They would rent the movies. Like I saw Friday the 13th when I was a little kid. I was so scared I was watching it in the reflection of my aunt's glasses. The part where it's like, I'm like, I can't look directly at the TV. But no, because my parents kind of had this thing where they were like, now, this isn't real. This is make believe. This is movies, like I feel like if you have a parent that explains that, then, and my parents also had a rule. They would let us watch rated R movies, but like every time there was like a love scene, they're like, you kids cover your eyes, or you had to look away or you had to go in the other room, you couldn't, you weren't allowed to watch that.
That's probably better than what I went through, because then you would get into watching those 80s comedy movies, and they'd always have the flash and, boing, and when you see that and your mom's sitting right next to you, you're kind of just
you're kind of
really
like,
uncomfortable.
I know, you're like, I don't want to watch this with you guys either. Yeah. Like, who wants to watch that shit with their parents? It is weird.
All right, on that note, we'll probably wrap this one up for the week, and we got some other stuff coming up, and thank you for everybody for listening, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa.
What are we leaving out?
Whatever you believe in. We hope you have a fantastic holiday season.
Have a fantastic holiday season. Believe in what you want to believe in. And to Nick Fuentes, love who you want to love. We won't judge you.
Yes.
Okay.
And a quick note on the whole happy holidays thing and them doing the whole war. They think there's a war on Christmas. Just so you guys know, I'm going to talk to you like you're a 5-year-old and I'm your parent explaining this to you. A lot of times people just say happy holidays because it's easier and it covers all of them.
Right.
So it's not that they hate Christmas and there's some war and they want to fucking kick the shit out of Christmas. It's just easier. Because it's like saying Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's all in one. Just in case you guys never got the memo on it. Because
there are other holidays.
I'm trying to help, like, educate, know. It's like, it's just easier to just cover all the bases by saying Happy Holidays.
Yeah, we're supposed to add Happy Easter because we might not see them for 6 months.
I know. I mean, should I just go through all the Happy Flag Day, Happy...
Yeah.
Happy 4th of July. Because I might not see you then, I don't know if I'm going to see you in July.
Life is short. You never know what's going to happen.
Fuck.
Right. So on that note.
Bye, y'all.
All right. See you later, alligator.